Rugged is like your boy who can, anywhere you find him in the world, he's himself. That's essentially what rugged is. And who's the real Captain Rugged? Fela.
Get it.
Keziah Jones. We're here in Indonesia at the Jakarta Jazz Festival. And it's my first proper gig, first gig actually in Indonesia. The Blu Funk happened as a result of me busking and playing on the streets. I left school, came on to London, started busking in like Camden and Covent Garden. I was doing my thing and I evolved that by playing on the streets, playing acoustically. So the idea was to play everything at the same time. So bass, percussion, guitar, all at the same time. That is the Blu Funk technique. The ability to play everything at once. That's Blu Funk. Obviously I got a band now, so the bass is done with the bass player, the drums is done with the drummer. So it's just like the guitar's expanded into something a bit bigger. The original Blu Funk idea was like a way of like keeping myself on course as a Nigerian in Europe, keep myself on course with lyrics and with music that was going to be a nod to my Nigerian heritage, i.e. the percussive aspect, but also a nod to accept and incorporate all the music that I liked. The Hendrix, the Zappa, the like Miles Davis, the Coltrane, the Monk. I took all the great African American music and I blended it with my Yoruba roots. Essentially that's Blu Funk. And you can see that in the guitar style, you can see that in the song structure and in the lyrics as well. I try to write mostly about my particular experience because I think like as a Nigerian person, you're educated in the UK, but Nigerian, try to find a middle ground where I can explain myself properly to people through sound and through music. So it ranges in style from like, Emily is like a sort of a funk soul thing, to like Bafuka, which is like a kind of Afro-funk thing, to like African space rock, which is like a trashy rock thing. I feel like I can expand myself to any genre as long as I say my main point, which is like Nigerian culture or African culture or Yoruba culture, trying to modernize that into the world. That's really where my message is at, and to express that everywhere I go in the world, because that side of things hasn't really been explained properly without it being compromised in some way. So basically I think it's just like pure expression as a Nigerian person through my guitar. That's a Blu Funk message. I'd wear like army boots with like a suit or like a hat with like, I just mixed it all up. Ruggedness, right? And also I used to have this car, like a Common Gear or bashed up car. It's like 30 years old, but that car was that was my shit, right? So all my friends were like, yo, you're just rugged, man. So we just had this joke amongst ourselves, ruggedness. What is ruggedness? I said to myself, well, you know what? Yeah, I'm rugged, man. Rugged is like your boy who can, anywhere you find him in the world, he's himself. That's essentially what rugged is. And who's the real Captain Rugged? Fela. So somebody who finds and does his own thing, and does it stylishly and does it with no apologies, that's ruggedness. So we evolved into an even bigger story, like a superhero. Like, you know, look at all those like people, like Nigerians all over the world doing amazing things. It's kind of superheroic. So we said Captain Rugged is our superhero. What would he look like? So I devised this whole idea of what he looked like, made a comic book, graphic novel, gave him a look, gave him a story, wrote the story into a comic book, and then we made an album. And I was Captain Rugged. I played the character on tour for like 2 years. That was the last album. Well, Fela's story with me goes back a long way, because I was sent away when I was 8 from Nigeria to UK to go to school. I remember taking one of my father's micro dictation cassettes. I recorded Agreement. Because I'm going to England, I've never been to England before, I didn't speak English. What can I take with me to remind me of home? I took that song, because you know, Fela, when he speaks, his music is like a book, it's like information. I took that with me. And then I realized he's from Abeokuta, I'm from Abeokuta as well, from the same village, going stuff. I was like, man, what is it with this guy, you know? And then I know his whole story, like, you know, how he was persecuted and how he did his own thing under his own terms in his own country. And then the world came to him. To me, that was like the ultimate. To be able to do your thing, express yourself, and have the world come to you as an African artist. And he did it. He was the first African artist, the world came to him. Obviously, my trajectory was slightly different. But the message is the same, basically. Express yourself and be proud of your heritage, be proud of where you're from, and explain it to the world in a really stylish, different way. Up till today, where like Fela now definitely acknowledged the rest of the world, and he did it on his own terms. So that's really where our connection is. Apart from me from the same village, he just had the same slightly anti-establishment viewpoint. His historical understanding was tight. My same understanding historically as to culturally. We have strengths as well. Don't lose yourself so far in the foreign culture. It really informed a lot of things I did. And that's my guy right there, man. Right now, I just got back into Europe before I came here, working on a new album. It's going to come out end of this year. So I've done several albums, and right now I'm in a situation of becoming more independent within my label. I'm getting my own separate imprint because I do, as well as music, I paint, I draw, I write. I'm just trying to find a way to do all those things, bring those things out, because it's a major part of the music, actually. So this imprint is going to involve me doing my new music and also artwork and the films as well. Yeah, that's our next level. Yo, it's Keziah Jones right here in Jakarta, Indonesia Jazz Festival. Saying what's up, all the way from Lagos, Paris, Jakarta. We're here with the Globetrotter people, man, straight up, easy. Globetrotter.